Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Please hit that subscribe button and like this video, it'd mean the world to me. So I just got engaged a few months ago and I wanted to make a little video about, okay, what happens next? Because once, the prettiness of it all goes away and it's super exciting and everything, and then reality will eventually hit you and you'll be like, what do I don't even know what to do. At least for me. So I don't know, I just thought I'd make this video about things that I did not expect to feel, to be stressed out about, to be excited about. Yeah, all the above. So if you just got engaged, maybe you can relate. Hit me up below if you have any advice on anything that I'm struggling with. Or if you aren't engaged, just keep some of these tips maybe in the back of your mind for when you do get engaged. Because again, reality is gonna hit you maybe after a few months, maybe after a week, maybe after a day, I don't know. The excitement's gonna go away and then you're gonna be stuck with wondering what you do. My first thing would be to take your time. I know when I got engaged, I was one of those people who constantly was kind of, had her Pinterest board, had in her mind, this is what I want when I get married, this is the type of ceremony, this is the type of dress, this is the type of venue, blah, 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 blah. But take your time, don't feel like you need to, the second you get engaged, book a venue, book a photographer, all these things. Yes, it is super important, but take some time to also enjoy it. If you get too caught up in, I need to check off all these things on my list right away, then you're not gonna enjoy this time. And even though for me, I still have a little bit over a year, it feels so far away. I know that if I don't take some time to just enjoy it, I'm gonna look back and it's gonna go by super fast and I'm gonna be like, I spent the whole time just stressing out, and that's not what you want. So take your time and enjoy it. Set a budget. So I know I said take your time and enjoy in the beginning, but there's two things that I really personally feel are important to do pretty much right away. That's set your budget, so you know where in the range in the world of numbers you're living in. So that way you're not researching venues that are way out of your price point, or going and booking a venue and then realizing, oh shoot, I just spent my whole budget on a venue. You know what I mean? You need to have a number or an idea, a very good idea of that budget before you can do anything else. And then venue. I mean, people book venues years and not years, a year plus in advance. So if you have your heart set on a venue, or even if you're still looking around and then you fall in love with the venue, as if you're flexible in your dates, it's a little bit easier, but you want to do that right away, because we booked our venue a year, not a year and a half, but almost a year and a half out, and there really were not a lot of dates available. So that being said, you want to get on that. Do your research. I follow channels on YouTube for people who plan weddings and different things, so I kind of knew some stuff beforehand. But if you are totally out of the loop, you weren't someone who's super into weddings, you don't really know anything, before you set meetings, before you book things, before you visit things, before you do any of that, you really need to do your research. Read reviews. Websites like The Knot or Zola have amazing things on there that you can research people and research venues, and it has reviews from other people. Check out Jamie Wolfner on YouTube. I freaking love her. She has saved my life. I feel so prepared when I'm coming into this, honestly, because of her. So I will link her channel down below, but really do your research, because you don't want to book something and then later on find out, oh, they had really terrible Yelp reviews, but I never thought to Yelp them, you know what I mean? You only get married once and you want to have the best experience that you can have. So research, research, research. Organize, organize, organize. I think the second I got engaged, I went on Amazon and bought a planner, I bought a binder so I can make my own planner, which I can share in a different video if people are interested, but I made my own little planner, and that was the first thing that I did. And I printed off a calendar and I printed off checklists, and I wanted to know right away, okay, at this point I need to have these things done, at this point I need to have these things done, and honestly I'm way ahead of my timeline right now, so it's good. But if I didn't start that right away, I don't think that I'd be at this place. I don't know where I found this, but it's been a lifesaver. Before you reach out to anybody, venues, photographers, anything, dress appointments, anything, create a new email address. do not keep one that you use for work or you use for anything, any everyday life. Like, do not use that email address. Use one that you and your fiance can go in and like just have together for all things wedding, because it keeps everything so easy. You don't need to look to be like, where was that email from that one venue that I emailed like 2 weeks ago? Or where are my dress appointment? Like, where did I email that? Where's the confirmations? Like, all that is in one email address. And it's super cute, so like, why not? But yes, I recommend that. Don't know where I read that from, but it's been a lifesaver. Another thing, do fun things like create your wedding website. I created mine and I customized my URL, which is super cute, but there's not too much on it yet because, again, I still have over a year, but people enjoy it. So those are like fun little things that help de-stress when you're in the midst of also like planning more stressful things. Taking time for like looking at your binder or looking at your checklist or looking at your wedding website, like those little things kind of help bring you back down to earth and get excited. I have found out through watching different people's videos and just like hearing different people that I know of and their experiences is that everybody's different. You can read things and that will say, okay, this is going to be the most stressful part, or you're going to read things about like, this is the most fun part, but that's not going to be the case for you necessarily. Like, one of the most stressful things for me has been choosing my bridal party. And I know that for a lot of people, that was like an easy breezy, super fun, enjoyable thing. Not that it's not enjoyable, and I'm sure eventually it'll be like way more fun for me, but right now that's honestly been the most stressful part of my whole wedding planning journey so far. So that being said, like, everybody's different. What stresses people out is different. What excites people is different. Like, I really enjoy doing the research about the different venues and researching colors and researching dresses and researching photographers. But again, some people might hate that. So everybody's different, and to really try not to compare your wedding planning journey to somebody else's, because otherwise you're just gonna get in your head and it's gonna be way more stress than it already is. Do you? That is so much easier said than done. I know that like going into this, I was like, I am gonna do every single thing that I want. Sorry, whoever, like if I like it, like I'm gonna do it. But that's so much harder when you're actually in the moment and you have all these other opinions, or you like get in your head about like, okay, well, what if I make this decision and then everybody hates it or whatever. But like, at the end of the day, like, you really have to do what's gonna make you happy. So if that means, you know, you have a certain type of wedding dress that you really, really love, but it might not be your mother's cup of tea, like, that might be that. At the same time, you do have to be considerate of the people helping you out along the way. Like your parents, if they're chipping in, or your fiance's parents, if they're chipping in. Like, if they are helping out, they do get a certain amount of say in it. So it's that fine line of being true to you and your fiance and planning an event that really represents who you guys are as a couple, and doing what makes you happy and having this vision that is you, and also being respectful to the other people who are celebrating with you and just as excited. So it's hard to explain, but at the end of the day, like, you really need to do yourself. Like, really keep in mind, like, is this me? Does this make me happy? Am I gonna look back and be like, this was my mom's vision of my wedding? Like, do you? So those are just kind of like what I didn't know I would be experiencing when I first got engaged. Like little like tips or things to just kind of keep in mind. I've been engaged for about 2 months now, and definitely has been a fun experience, but there's been some things that I did not realize that would happen or that I would feel. So hopefully this helps you guys if you're engaged or one day when you are, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any advice or any tips for me for my wedding journey, again, I still have a little over a year. Hit me up down below. If you guys have any questions, hit me up down below. I'd love to connect with anybody else who's also planning right now, because it is really a fun time, but it is really stressful, so anything helps. But hopefully this helped you guys. Please subscribe, it'd mean the world. Thanks for stopping by.